behind that chair. Come here, man.
Ain't no peace up in the until we back in it. Jeremiah chapter 30, they do not fit it. Revelation 2 and 9, ain't no cap in it. Break the yoke up off our necks, really happening. Look what happened when the slaves start returning back. He fighting for his commandment, keep us observing that. The dragon rough with the woman, we discerning that. But we overcome it by this blood, we ain't turning back now. Dead to the Lord so we can live again. Can't no priest stone me cause he ain't innocent. The only one, the holy one, no blemishes. The great I am, they orchestrated the Genesis. I'm grateful for the Son, cause he finished the eternal life is in his Son, if you listening. The sheep follow the shepherd wherever he goes. Chasing this living water wherever it flows. Eyes to the east, making sure don't let me try to rise up in me. It's almost time to free, we got eyes we can see. They called us by word, the new slaves on the streets. Now we coming back as priests. We taking the kingdom, we ain't asking y'all. When the smoke clear, who gon' be asking long? Heavenly Father, please protect us while we flee and exit. Israel, we about to see everything that he had for y'all. He won't break a promise, repent and give him the honor. Woke us up at the end, we blowing trumpets alarm. Fighting off all these things, getting ready for harvest. The king coming back and he ain't playing. The reward coming, is your riches up in heaven? Did you store some? On the clouds, the son of man, hear the door coming. Every word you gon' judge, can't ignore nothing. Can't ignore nothing. Please protect us while you say your hand. We know judgment gotta come, that's how you heal the land. Hold on to the promise, we can feel the plane. All nations about to kneel to the son of man. Let your kingdom come. Let your will be done. Let your kingdom come. Come, your will be done. Let your kingdom come. Let your will be done. Let your kingdom come. Let your will be done. Let your kingdom come.
Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Facebook Live, good afternoon. YouTube with Breaking Strong Holds Ministries, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Happy Day of Atonement, happy Day of Atonement. Happy Day of Atonement. How's everybody doing today? This is the day that the Most High have made, so let us be glad and rejoice in it. Okay, I hope your week you have had a great week this week. I hope the Most High have really truly blessed you over and abundantly with love, kindness, and joy. I hope the Most High have really truly blessed you and your offsprings with love, kindness, and protection. I hope he have really given you all the wisdom and knowledge and understanding of who he is and what he is doing. My week has been okay week this week. I really can't complain too much. And I won't complain. You know, people are in worse situations than I'm in, so I will not complain about anything that is going on in the world and with me. I want to read you something today about the Feast of Atonement, the Day of Atonement. Today is the Day of Atonement. For those who are practicing the feast days. This book is called The Hebrew Israelites Biblical Feast Days, What They Are and How We Celebrate Them. That's what this book is today. That's what this book is. And the Day of Atonement, today is a Day of Atonement, okay? And it says in Leviticus, let me go to Leviticus to be able to, Leviticus 23, 26 through 32, and it reads, it says, and Yahuah spake unto Moshe, saying, also on the 10th day of the 7th month there shall be a Day of Atonement and it shall be a holy convocation unto you. And ye shall afflict your soul, and offer an offering made by fire unto Yahuah. And ye shall do no work in that same day, for it is the day of atonement, and to make an atonement for you before Yahuah your Ananiah. For whosoever soul it be that shall be not afflicted in the same day, he shall be cut off from amongst his people. And whosoever soul it shall be that doeth any work in that same day, the same soul will I destroy from among his people. And ye shall do no manner of work, and it shall be a statute forever throughout your generations in all your dwellings. And it shall be unto you a Sabbath day of rest, and ye shall afflict your souls in the 9th day of the month of at eve. And even unto eve ye shall celebrate your Sabbath. Okay, so today should really be a day of resting and just really reflecting and being sorrowful for some of the things that you have done. I kind of understand why my wife and I went through some stuff this week. But today is really to recognize everything that you have done wrong in whatever you've been doing or whatever you're in, and try to make an atonement for it. Try to fix it. Try to fix whatever you think you've done wrong, so that you can get it right the next time. Okay? Let me read you something. It says, what is it about? What is it about? The Day of Atonement is a day that the Most High required the Israelites to fast and or afflict their souls. This is done once a year to make an atonement for the sins they have committed the whole year. The Day of Atonement is observed on the 7th month, 10th day, by having a Sabbath. Every soul must be afflicted or fast, for it is a holy convocation through your generations. That's what it is. It's the day that we shall be having a fast, or we should be looking back, trying to see the things that we did wrong and try to make them right, so that we won't have to continue to go through those issues that we go through. Okay? Let us go to Exodus chapter 20, verses 1 through 17. Okay? Um, 1 through 17. And it reads, and Ananiah spake all these words, saying, I am Yahuah thy Ananiah, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. And thou shalt have no other Ananias before me. And thou shalt make unto thee any graven image or any likeness, or of anything that is in the heavens above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. And thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for I, Yahuah thy Ananiah, am a jealous Ananiah, visiting the iniquities of the fathers upon the children, unto the 3rd and 4th generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of Yahuah thy Ananiah in vain, for Yahuah will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the 7th day is the Sabbath of Yahuah thy Ananiah. In it thou shalt not do any works, thou nor thy sons, nor thy daughter, thy manservants, nor thy maidservants, nor thy cattle, nor thy strangers, that is within thy gates. For in 6 days Yahuah made the heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the 7th day. Wherefore if Yahuah blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it, honor thy fathers and thy mothers, that thy days be long upon the land which Yahuah that Ananiah giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbors, and thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. And let us pray this afternoon. O creators of the heavens and earth, and all radiance and vibrations, Soften the grounds of our beings and carve out a space with us where your presence can abide. Fill us with your creativity so that we may be empowered to bear fruits of our mission. Let each of our actions bear fruit in accordance with our desires within your purpose for our life. Bestow us with the wisdom of produce and share what each being needs to grow and flourish. Untie the tangled thread of destiny that binds us as we release others from the entanglement of past mistakes. Do not let us be seduced by that which distracts us from our true purpose, but illuminate the opportunities of present moments, for you are the ground and the fruitful vision, the creator and power and fulfillment. As all is gathered and made whole once again, so let it be. So good afternoon again, good afternoon YouTube, good afternoon Facebook, good afternoon Breaking Strongholds Ministries. If you could turn to the book of Isaiah chapter 34. Turn to the book of Isaiah chapter 34. Turn to the book of Isaiah chapter 34. And I'll be reading Isaiah chapter 34, 1 through 8 this afternoon. 1 through 8. And the key verse is verse 8. The key verse is verse 8. It reads, and for it is the day of Yahuah's vengeance and the year of recompense for the controversy of Zion. It is, for it is the day of Yahuah's vengeance and the year of recompense for the controversy of Zion. If I may give a title of the text today, the title of the text today is, This is Your Reality. This is your reality. Yahuah's vengeance. This is your reality. Yahuah's vengeance. The two words that I have for you today is world. World is a 12th century word. It means the universe, the whole system of created global or vast bodies of matter. Human existence, the affairs of life. That's what the world means from the etymology in the 1828 dictionary. It means the universe, the whole system of created global or vast bodies of matter. Human experience, human existence, the affairs of life. The word nation is a 13th century word. It means a race of people, large group of people with common ancestries and language. A body of people inhabiting the same country or united under the same sovereignty or government. Sovereign or government. Okay? That's what nation means. A nation is a race of people, large group of people with common ancestry and law and language. A body of people inhabiting the same country or united under the same sovereign or government. Okay. The book of Isaiah. The book of Isaiah is a very familiar book. He's a prophet. He's considered to be one of Yahuah's prophets. Okay, it says the book of Isaiah is a major prophetic book of Old Testament, noted for its descriptions of the coming Messiah as Ananias' suffered servant. Okay, it's talking about his main focus point is talking about the Messiah coming. And that's his main focus. And to make sure that we understand that, it says, because of his lofty portrayal of Ananias and his purpose of salvation, the book is sometimes called the fifth gospel, implying it is similar in theme to the gospel of the New Testament. The book is named for its author, the great prophet Isaiah, whose name means God is salvation, or Ananias is salvation. So when we're looking at this, we have to understand that the book of Isaiah is mainly emphasizing that the Most High and talking about Yahshua the HaMashiach. That's his main purpose, is to make sure he emphasizes the theme or the issues of the Messiah coming back. His name means Ananias is salvation, or Ananias is protection or safe. Okay? Then it says the structure of the book. It says within the 66 chapters, Isaiah is the longest prophetic book of the Old Testament. Most scholars agree that the book falls naturally into two major sections. One good way to remember the grand design of the book is to think of the section as a parallel to the two main points of the Bible. The first section of Isaiah contains the same number of chapters as the books of the Old Testament, 39. And the second part of the book parallels the New Testament in the same way, 27 chapters for the book or the section of the Bible. And it also has, if the Bible has 66 books, Isaiah has 66 chapters. So it's very familiar. It's a very familiar book, how it's related to the Bible. But his main message is to the children of Israel about everything that is going on in the world. And he's trying to get them to understand that they really need to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments. And he wanted to be able to, his main purpose is for the children of Israel. It says in Isaiah chapter 1 verse 2, it says, "Hear, O heavens, and give ear, O earth. For Yahuah has spoken. I have nourished and brought up children, and they have rebelled against me. The ox knows his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel do not know. My people do not consider. As a sinful nation, a people laden with iniquities, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken Yahuah. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are gone away backwards." So, understanding that Isaiah had this big task that he had to deal with when he's dealing with the children of Israel, because he already knew that they was evildoers. He knew that they were people that was not going to do the right thing. And I want you to hear that. And on the Day of Atonement, I'm talking about the children of Israel knew that they wasn't going to do right because of their mentality, their personality, even how their leaders were, even everything that's going on in the world today and the world back then. He knew that the children of Israel wasn't going to do right because they was considered to be stiff-necked people. But Isaiah's message was to warn them before they go into captivity that, hey, you don't need to be doing these things because you're getting ready to go into captivity. And once you go into captivity, Yahuah is not going to have mercy on you. And that's something that I think we need to understand. Let me go to Isaiah chapter 45. Because I want you to understand something. A lot of people question Yahuah and say, how if he was such a loving creator, how could he allow this to happen? And how could he allow that to happen? And how could he allow this to happen? How could he allow that to happen? Like I was talking to a guy about 2 weeks ago. I said, you would never know good if you didn't see evil. You would never know up if you didn't go down. You would never know east if you didn't go west. You would never know south if you didn't go north. So all these things had to take place. These things had to happen in order for you to know good and bad, right from wrong, smart and ignorant. You had to know all these things in order for you to truly understand. So if you never understood, if it was always good, you would never know what was bad. But we're living in a world today that makes bad good and good bad. But it says in Isaiah chapter 45, verse 7, it says, I form the light, created darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, Yahuah, do all these things. So, when we understand that Yahuah said, I create good, evil, smart, ignorant, I do all these things, we have to put everything into perspective. We have to have a different viewpoint on Anani. That's what we have to do. We have to have a different viewpoint because of what we've been taught is not the truth. Right? And the reason why I say that is because I was talking to this guy yesterday, right, at work. And the guy said something about religion. And I said, okay. I said, what is the definition of religion? Right? I said, what is the definition of religion? Because most people associate themselves with a religious organization. Right? And I said, what is the definition of religion? And he really could not tell me. And I said, okay, look it up. Tell me what it means. I said, go to the book dictionary and tell me what religion means. And I'm going to read you and tell you what religion means. Religion is a 12th century word. It says a state of life bound by vows, Mosaic vows, VOWS. Also, religion is actions or conduct indicating a belief in a divine power or reverence for and desire to please it. That's what religion means. Religion means a state of life bound by vows, wanting to please. It says actions or conduct in conducting a belief in a divine power or reverence for and desire to please it. That's what it means. It don't say religion is Christianity. It don't say that religion is Methodist, Episcopal, Lutheran, Catholic. It don't say that religion is those denominations. It says religion is an act or a conduct trying to please a divine power. That's what it says. So when I hear people say that, oh, my religion is Christianity. Okay, who is the God of Christianity? So we were just talking about things like that yesterday, but it's just that we have to really truly understand that Isaiah was trying to warn his people because of everything that was going on. And they did not really truly understand it. So the children of Israel had to go into the wilderness. They had to go be in captivity. Just like we went into captivity in our own land. We are in prison in our own land. Everything is going on in our own land. But now we're at this moment in time where do we really understand our reality? Do we understand that Yahuah vengeance is on the earth? Do we really truly understand that? And if we do, what are we doing to try to make sure that none of those judgments comes upon us? What are we doing at this moment to make sure that none of those judgments comes upon us? Because this is the Day of Atonement. Are you atoning? Are you afflicting? Are you repenting of the things that you've done wrong? Since this is the Day of Atonement and we're looking at our reality and seeing everything that's going on in the world today. Okay. It says in NBC News, it came out October the 12th at 3:32 a.m. Eastern Time. It says U.S. officials say Israel has narrowed down its targets for strikes on Iran. Understand that if there's a major war that goes on in the Far East, it is going to trickle down and hit the United States of America. Our children, our offspring will be drafted. They will be in conflicts over there in the Far East. Understand that they just dropped the interest rate again. Just recently dropped the interest rate, I think yesterday. I think the interest rate was dropped yesterday or the day before. So, understanding that we're not just going to get ready to go through calamities. We're going through a financial calamity as well. We're not just going to go through a physical calamity. We're going through a financial calamity as well. And I think we really got to look at the whole picture. Look at our reality. Okay? So, let us go ahead and get started on Isaiah chapter 34 verses 1 through 8. This is going to be very easy, quick teachings today. Because I want us to understand something. Our judgment, our punishment was up in November or September 2019. And everything has transitioned from that point to something totally different. It says, "Come near, ye nations, to hear and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it." The word "of" means out of it. Out of it. Put out of it. So the Most High, because this is very important. This is, the Most High is addressing the nations. The nations in this point here means Gentile nations. He's not addressing the Israelites. He's addressing the the Gentile nations. And he's addressing the Gentile nations because of what they have been doing in the last years. He's addressing them because of their disobedience. He's addressing them because of all the things they have done on the earth. He's trying to get their attention because of everything that has been going on earth, because they have actually been in charge of the whole planet for the last, say, 500 to 600, 700 years. And he's trying to get their attention to let them know, hey, I need to talk to you because I'm getting ready to deal with you because of some of the things that you did. And this, what I want you to understand, it says, come near, ye nations, to hear. And hearken means to listen or take heed or listen, ye people. Let the earth hear. That's 3 times he said that. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all things that come forth of it. So the Most High is not excluding nobody in this first verse. Everybody is included in this verse. But he's dealing with a specific nation of people in this verse. But he also wants us to say the world. The world means the universe, the whole system of created global and vast bodies of matter. It means human existence, the affairs of life. That's what the word world means, the whole universe. He's not excluding nobody in this because he really wants you to get it. He really wants you to understand what is getting ready to take place, what is getting ready to actually happen. Let me go to Isaiah chapter 1, verse. I think I just read that.
You read 45.
Huh? Yeah, let's go back to Isaiah chapter 1 for a second. Because I want to deal with something that where he really is, that is very important. Because my wife and I had conversations. I took my daughter to the gun range this week, right? And listen means to hearken, to give ear, to attend closely with a view to hear. Listen means to obey, to view, to advice, to yield to advice, to follow admonition. That's what listen means. Listen means to obey, to yield to advice, take heed to advice, to follow admonition. Because what the Most High said, I really want you to listen to me and take heed to what I'm saying. Follow my advice. Because a lot of us, like when I was taking my daughter to the gun range this week, right? And I was telling my daughter, I said, you don't listen to me. And she said, I listen. I said, no, you don't, because if you listen, you'll do what I say do. Because that's what listen means. Listen means to yield to advice. Listen means to obey. Follow admonition. That's what listen means. So when my daughter was shooting at the gun range and she wasn't hitting the targets, or she wasn't taking her time between shots, I said, you're not listening to me, so there's no need for me to continue to try to give my advice to you when you're not listening. And see, right now the Most High really truly want us to hear what I am saying to you. He really wants you to listen and take heed to what I'm saying to you, because it's very important, because a lot of us really don't understand what's truly going on in the world today. And because we don't understand that He sent messengers out here to tell you and to inform you on what's actually taking place. So this is what He said in Isaiah chapter 1, verse 2. Isaiah chapter 1, verse 2, it says, hear. Why did He say hear? Hear, O heaven, give ear, O earth, for Yahuah has spoken. I have nourished and brought up children, and they have rebelled against me. The ox knoweth his owner, and his ass his master's crib. But Israel do not know. My people do not consider. So, what it's saying to you, you need to really obey or listen to what I'm getting ready to say to you. Because it's very important that you take heed to, or you listen to, or hearken to what am I getting ready to tell you. Because it could be a matter of life and death. But if you choose not to listen, you bring death. But if you choose to listen, you bring life. Listening at this day and time is very important for survival. Listening right now and praying on it is very important right now, okay? Let us go to Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 1. Because we need to understand that Most High really, when Most High say listen or give ear, He's really trying to get your attention so that you can benefit from what He's trying to say to you. And sometimes you hear parents say, are you listening to me? They're not saying, are you listening to me for their benefit? They're saying, are you listening to me for your benefit? Everything what the Most High is saying right now, it's not for Him. It's for you to benefit from what He is saying. Okay, in Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 1, it says, give ear, O heaven, and I will speak. Hear, O earth, the words of my mouth. Listen to this. My doctrine shall drop as the rain. My speech shall distill as the dew, as the small rain upon tender herbs, and as the showers upon the grass. Because I will publish the name of Yahuah, ascribe ye greatness unto our Adonai. He is the rock. His work is perfect, and all His ways are judgments. Listen to that. Excuse me. All His ways are judgments. Adonai of truth without iniquities. Just and right is He. Because they was given a description of who Adonai is and what we need to do with Adonai. We need to take heed to His word. Why? Because His word is judgment. It's just and right. Whenever anybody is asking you to listen to them, they're giving you advice. Let us go to Micah 6, 1 and 2. It says, hear ye now what Yahuah saith. Hear means to obey. Hear means to yield to advice. Arise, contend thou before the mountains, and let the hills hear thy voice. Hear ye, O mountain, Yahuah controversy, and ye strong foundation of the earth. For Yahuah has a controversy with his people, and he will plead with Israel. He's telling you, you need to listen to me right now because I got a controversy with you. And if you don't listen or obey me or take heed or yield to my advice right now, it's going to be some punishments due behind it. That's why the Most High is saying, hey, you really need to take heed because so that you can understand everything that is going on right now. If you listen to my words and you take heed to my voice and you obey them, you will understand your reality. But if you don't take heed, you don't obey, you don't follow, or you don't yield to advice, you will never understand your reality right now. Okay? So let us go back to Isaiah chapter 34, verse 2. He says, let me see it. He said, come near, O nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of Yahuah is upon all nations. What does indignation mean? Indignation means anger or wrath. Right now, it's very important for us to understand or listen to what Yahuah is saying because he's actually telling us what's actually going on. And if we don't take heed to his advice or we don't obey his advice, we will never understand what's going on in the world. It says, for the indignation of Yahuah is upon all nations, and his fierce is upon their armies. He has utterly destroyed them, and he has delivered them to the slaughter. So, when we understand that, we say, okay, man, this is what Yahuah is doing. This is what Yahuah is doing in the Far East. He's bringing all the countries together so he can slaughter all the nation's armies. He's bringing all the armies together over in Ukraine and Russia so that he can slaughter all the armies. This is why we need to take heed and pay attention because we can see what Yahuah is doing. He's telling us what he is doing and it's right in front of our face. But if we don't pay attention to that, we will never understand it. It reads again that for the indignation of Yahuah is upon all nations. That word nations is Gentile nations. And his fury is upon their armies. He has utterly destroyed them and he has delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcass. Listen to this. Listen to this part right here. And the mountains shall be melted with their blood. Listen to that again. And the mountains shall be melted with their blood. What happened last week in Asheville?
Appalachian Mountains, Chimney Rock.
What you say?
I said Appalachians, Chimney Rock.
Appalachian Mountains and the Chimney Rock. Black Mountain. All those mountains.
Washed away.
And the mountains shall be melted with their blood. Then it says, let me go back and it says, their slain also shall be cast out. Their stink shall come up out of their carcass, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. Listen to this. Wow. Listen to this. Let me read this over. Verse 4, verse 3. Listen to it. Hear this again. It says, their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcass, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. I just pulled up, I said, people are smelling the bodies in Asheville. And I said, that's what I pulled up on Google just a second ago. I said, people are smelling the bodies in Asheville. Asheville is a mountain down in the valleys, okay? It says, the smell of death overpowers the cool mountains air over the isolated, twisting roads of the devastated rural western North Carolina. Rumors claim that there are bodies everywhere in the mountain village of Chimney Rock. Okay, hold on. It says, another rumor claims that there are thousands of unidentified bodies at the Asheville hospital. Understand that. Verse 2.
He's angry, but the last part of it, he would totally destroy them. He would give them over to slaughter.
Okay. It says, let's go back to verse 2. It says, for the indignation of Yahuah is upon all nations, Gentile nations, and his fury is upon their armies, their people. He has utterly destroyed them. He has delivered them to the slaughter. Their bodies also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcass, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. The smell of death overpowers the cool mountains air over the isolated, twisting roads of devastated rural western North Carolina. The rumors claim that there are bodies everywhere in the mountain village of Chimney Rock. Another rumor claims that there are thousands of identified bodies at the Asheville hospital. See, a lot of people, when we look at things in life, we're just looking at the present moment. The hard reality for people, right, is this verse right here. The hard reality for people is this right here. And I want us to understand this. Please get it. Not please, but get it. Get it, get it, get it. Be not deceived. Ananias not mocked. For whatever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Understand that. Understand that. So now, the smell of death overpowers the cool mountains air in the isolated, twisting roads of devastated rural western North Carolina. Rumors claim that there are bodies everywhere in the mountain village of Chimney Rock. Another rumor claims that there are thousands unidentified bodies at the Asheville hospital. You're driving past the city, you can smell dead body smell. People are smelling the bodies all over in Asheville and Chimney Rock. This is why the Most High said to you, hear, he said, hear and hearken, because what you're seeing, for the indignation, the wrath of Ananias is upon all nations, and his fierce is upon their armies. For he has destroyed them and has delivered them to the slaughter. The slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcass, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. And all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. And all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. So when we are able to listen and obey and take heed to the advice of Yahuah, we're able to see the sword, the weapons, the wrath of Ananias. But when we're not able to listen or take heed, to obey or to follow advice, we're not able to see it. See, it just didn't happen in Asheville. It just happened in Florida. Hurricane Nadine, Oscars could find in these two areas. Okay. Storm trackers. Tropical storm Lindsay. Next storm will be Nadine. 40 minutes ago. Storm trackers. Tropical storm Lindsay. Weaken as next storm will form. To form will be Nadine. As West Central Florida assess the aftermath of Hurricane Milton. Not saying that Nadine is going to be, but Nadine is the next tropical storm that could hit Florida. So what we're seeing is the sword, the Most High is using weather to bring havoc to the people. It says in verse 5, chapter 34, verse 5, because if we are able to listen and obey the Most High's word, we'll be able to see what Yahuah is doing. And then when we're able to see it, we'll understand what happened up in the mountains of Asheville, South Carolina. We're able to see the wrath of Yahuah. Okay, then it says in verse 35, it says, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come unto Idumea, and upon the people of my curse, to judgment. See, Idumea is considered to be the Gentile nations. Idumea is Esau. I-D-U-M-E-A. Idumea is considered to be Esau. Right? Also, Idumea is considered to be the Edomites. The Edomites are the descendants of Esau and Edom, an ancient people who were enemies of Israel. Listen to that. Idumea is considered to be Edom. Edom is considered to be Esau, Jacob and Esau. Okay, but they are, Idumea is considered to be the enemies of the Israelites. Okay? I want you to read, I want you to understand something. Okay. Go to Genesis chapter 12, verse 3. It reads in Genesis chapter 12, verse 3, I will bless them that bless thee and curse him that cursed thee, is from Genesis chapter 12, verse 3. Let me read it again. It says, I will bless them that bless thee and curse him that cursed thee. And in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed. So whoever curses the children of Israel shall be cursed. But whoever blesses the children of Israel shall be blessed. So it says again, Edomites, descendants of Edom and Esau, ancient people who were enemies of the Israelites during the days of Abraham, the region which later became the home of the Edomites were occupied by more than one tribe of the non-Israelite people. When Esau moved into the region with his family and possessions, Horites already lived in the land. Okay, but what it was saying is that Edom hated the children of Israel. So whenever Edom had a chance to kill off or delete some of the children of Israel, they would do it. Just remember now, a week before the Hurricane Helen hit North Carolina, that was a hanging that was done in North Carolina. We just had another hanging of a brother. I forgot. We just had another hanging of a brother. So these states and these states that are hating the children of Israel, they got to be cursed because they are going against the commandments of Adonai. Because it says in Genesis chapter 12, verse 3, it says, I will bless them that bless thee and curse him that curse thee. And in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed. See, one thing we got to remember about Florida is gator bait. Gator bait in Florida. Florida has to experience some things because of gator bait. Let us go to Deuteronomy chapter 32. Verse 42. See, when we don't look at the Most High, if we really don't study the Bible, we won't really understand Yahuah. If we just read the Bible and listen to somebody tell us something, we just go by what they thinking it is, and it's not really what it is. Listen to verse 42 in Deuteronomy 32. It says, I will make my arrows drunk with blood, and my sword shall devour flesh, and that with the blood of the slain and of the captives, from the beginning of revenge upon the enemies. Listen to that. Whoever goes against the law, statutes, and commandments of Anani, you are an enemy of his. And it says, I will make my arrows drunk with blood, and my sword shall devour flesh. And that with the blood of the slain and of the captives, from the beginning of revenge upon the enemies. Rejoice, ye, O nation, with his people, for he will avenge the blood of his servants, and will render vengeance unto his adversaries, and will make it and will be merciful unto his land and to his people. Understand that. This is the hard part for us to face reality, is that the Most High will bring harm to people or humanity. This is the hard part about our reality, is seeing Yahuwah's revenge. Because we've been thinking that he was so nice and he's this way and he's that way, but he's not what you think he is.
It's 20 minutes from Asheville.
Huh?
Where he was hung, it's 20 minutes from Asheville. He took out I-40, the road that the truck would travel. I just looked it up.
He was home 20 minutes from Asheville.
In Henderson, North Carolina. On I-40.
And he was
They took out, so I-40 got washed away. That's some revenge.
okay. It says in King James, John 4:14. He said, whereas ye know not what shall be on tomorrow. For what is your life? It is even a vapor that appears for a little time and then vanish away. But what you just say now about the young man that was murdered, that was hung in Henderson, North Carolina, it was 20 minutes from...
20 minutes south of Asheville.
It was 20 minutes south of Asheville. Henderson, North Carolina.
Part of the Blue Ridge Mountains.
Part of the Blue Ridge Mountains. And it was on I-40.
So part of I-40 got washed away.
And part of I-40 got washed away. So understand that when that happened a week prior to Helena, this young man was hung on a tree. And when he was hung on a tree, the following week later, Helena came in there and destroyed Asheville and everything around it. even the areas where this young man was hung at. And you don't think that the Most High, that was the Most High's vengeance? Let us go to Psalms 17 and 13. It says, Arise, O Yahuah, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. For men which are thy hands, O Yahuah, from men of the world which have their portions of this in this life, and whose bellies thou fillest with thy hid treasures. They are full of children, and leave the rest of their substance to their babes. As for me, I will behold thy face in righteousness, and I shall be satisfied when I awaken with thy likeness. See, in the book of Psalms, it's talking about the Most High bringing vengeance of David, asking for Yahuah to bring vengeance on the enemy. Yahuah said, I will even destroy my enemies. Let us go to Revelation chapter 1, verse 16. And he had in his right hand 7 stars, and out of his mouth went a sharp 2-edged sword. And his countenance was as the sun shineth in his strength. And when I saw him, I fell at his feet as dead, and he laid his right hand upon me, saying, Fear not, I am first and the last. Hold on, let me find another verse that would be more fitting. Because we got to understand some stuff, man. Let us go to Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 12. I want you to hear this, because we have to get out of the mindset of thinking that Yahuah is just love. That's not your true reality. We got to get out of the mindset of Yahuah just true love, because it ain't. It says in Zephaniah chapter 2, verses 11 and 12. Listen to this. He said, Yahuah will be terrible unto them, for he will famish all the gods of the earth, and men shall worship him, everyone from his place, even all the isles of the heathens. Listen to this. Listen. Ye Ethiopians also, ye shall be slain by the sword. And he would stretch out his hands against the north and destroy the Assyrians, and would make Nineveh a desolation, and dry like a wilderness. And flocks shall lie down in the midst of her, and all the beasts of the nations, both the Carmon and the bidden shall lodge, and the bitten shall lodge in the upper enter of it. Voices shall sing in the windows. Desolation shall be in the thrust hole. For he shall uncover the cedar wood.
Work.
Huh?
Cedar work.
Oh yeah, the cedar work. This is the rejoicing city that dwelt carelessly, that said in her heart, I am, there's none beside me. How is she became a desolation, a place for beasts to lie down in. Everyone that passes by her shall hiss and wag his hand. See, ye Ethiopians also, ye shall be slain by the sword. See, a lot of us got to get out of the mindset that Yahuah don't cause no harm to nobody, but he bring it to everybody. If you are disobeying the laws, statutes, and commandments,
Like I said, vengeance is his. That's all I gotta do.
I have to find it. Let me see something. Listen to this. No, that's okay. Listen to this. In John chapter 8, verse 21, it says like this. Then said Yeshua again unto them, Yahusha. Then said Yahusha again unto them, I go my way, and ye shall seek me, and shall die in your sins. Whether I go, ye cannot come. So the Most High, even Yeshua the Hamashiach or Yahusha, he said, you're going to pass away in your own sins.
You can't go there.
And you can't come. That's why this is the Day of Atonement, because, not this is the Day of Atonement, this because of the Day of Atonement, but on this Day of Atonement, this is why you got to afflict yourself and you got to do some recollections. You got to go back and start thinking about your life, because if you listen to what he have told us, you'll see his sword upon the land. You'll see everything that he's been doing on the land. If you just listen to his word, you'll see his sword. You'll see the death, you'll see the blood, you'll see the stink, you'll see all this stuff on the land. And you will start to repent for the things that you have done. Because you'll see that Yahuah is real. It says in back to Isaiah chapter 34, verse 6, it said, listen to this. It says, the sword of Yahuah is filled with blood. That means death. It is made fat with the fatness and with the blood of the lambs and goats, with the fats of the kidneys of rams. For Yahuah has a sacrifice of Barah and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. In the land of Idumea. Idumea is Esau and Edom. And see, in the land of Idumea, which is Edom and Esau, the unicorn shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness. For it is the day of Yahuah's vengeance, and the year of recompense, for the controversy of Zion. What does the word controversy mean? In verse 8 it says, for it is the day of Yahuah's vengeance. The word vengeance means wrath. And the year, listen to that, and the year of recompense, for the controversy. The word recompense means reward. For it is the day of Yahuah's wrath, and the year of reward for the controversy of Zion. Let me read it in the. Let me read that verse in the Dead Sea Scrolls Bible. The Dead Sea Scrolls Bible, verse 8. Okay, it says, indeed, Yahuah has a day of vengeance, a recompense for the cause of Zion. Indeed, Yahuah has a day of wrath and a year of reward for the cause of Zion. So everything that you see going on today in the world is because of what the people have done to the land of Zion and to the people of Israel, or the Hebrew Israelites. Let us go to Isaiah 26 and 21. Let me go to verse 20 first, and I'm almost finished. It says, come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut the door about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment, until indignation be passed over. For behold, Yahuah cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their sins. The earth also shall disclose her blood, and shall no more cover her sins. Let me do something real fast. Okay. Let us go to Numbers, chapter 35. Verses 33 and 34. It says this in Numbers chapter 35, verse 33 and 34. It says, so ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for murder it defiles the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood And the land cannot be cleansed of the murder that is shed therein, but by the murder of him that shed it. The word shed, that means commit or did it. Defile not therefore the land which ye shall inhabit, wherein I dwell. Listen to that. Wherein I dwell, for I, Yahuah, dwell among the children of Israel. That hanging happened a week prior to Helen. But it says in verse 33, so ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for the blood it defiles the land. And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that committed it. Isaiah chapter 21, 26, verse 21, it says again, for behold, Yahuah cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquities. The earth also shall disclose her murders, her killings, and shall no more cover her sins. Everything is being revealed because of everything that's going on. Let's go to Jeremiah 46 and 10. It says, for this is the day of Yahuah's Ananiah of host, a day of vengeance, that he may avenge him of his adversaries. And the sword shall devour, and it shall be saturated and made drunk with their blood. For Yahuah Ananiah of hosts has a sacrifice in the north country by the rivers Euphrates. That is some, man, when you listen to that, golly, that is some powerful stuff. Revelation chapter 18, 20. It said, rejoice over her, thou heavens, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for Ananiah has avenged you on her. Let me read you a little something. It says, O Yahuah, I call unto you, be attentive to me. I spread forth my palms towards your holy dwellings. Incline your ear and give me my request and my petition. To do not hold back from me. Build me up and do not cast me down. And do not abandon me before the wicked ones. The rewards of evil may the judge of truth remove from me. O Yahuah, do not condemn me according to my sins, for no one living is righteous before you. O Yahuah, instruct me in your laws and teach me your statutes. So many may hear of your deeds, and nations may honor your magnificence. Remember me and do not forget me, and do not let me enter that which is too difficult for me. The sins of my youth cast from me, and my transgressions do not remember against me. O Yahuah, purify me from evil plagues, and do not let it again turn back to me. Dry up its roots from me, and do not let it leave me bloomed in me, and do not let it blossom in me. Magnificent you are, O Yahuah. Hence complete my request from before you. To whom I may cry, and he will give to me. And human beings, what can their powers add? From before you, O Yahuah, is my trust. I call Yahuah, and he answers, and he heals my broken heart. I slumber, I sleep, I dream. Nevertheless, I'm lost, lost, lost. So, this is the Day of Atonement. And the reality is, you looking at Yahuah's judgment. Not just on the world, but on the nations in itself. It is up to us to listen to Yahuah's words so that we can see the wrath and the rewards of Yahuah. If we don't listen to Yahuah, we don't read Yahuah, we can't see actually what's going on in the world today. If we don't pay attention to it, we won't see nothing. The word listen means to obey, take heed to advice. Listen to what Yahuah is saying at this time so that we can actually see what's going on. Amen? So, Abba, as we come to you today, we thank you, we bless you, we praise you, we give you all the honor and the glory. Abba, we thank you for everything you have done and what you continue to do. Abba, we thank you for what you're doing, and we just ask that you continue to let your word go out and not come back void. Abba, we just ask that you continue to be a light in darkness. We ask that you continue to be a stronghold to us. We ask that you continue to just let us hear the way you want us to hear, speak the way you want us to speak, and see the way you want us to see. We ask that you continue to let your will be done. But we ask that you forgive us for our sins that we have committed knowingly and unknowingly. Father, we ask that you continue to let us walk in righteousness, but we ask that you continue to impart wisdom and knowledge and understanding upon us so that we can continue to do your word. But Father, the key word in this whole text is listen. Father, we ask that you continue to let us listen to your word so we can do what your word say do. And all these things we pray in your high name. So let it be. Shalom, 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 and happy Day of Atonement. I ask you all to afflict yourself and ask for forgiveness today. Because he's here. Judgment is here. Have a good one.
What you gonna do when they shut it all down? How you gonna move? How you gonna eat when it ain't no food? When the lights go out, gotta be your doom. How you gonna sleep when it ain't no peace? Military outside walking in your streets. My advice to you is be try to get out of the city, cause pretty soon you know they come into your hood with that vaccine. And if you get it, I can't imagine what's gonna happen. You might turn into a zombie and then start attacking. Hey, if you come after me, Lord, it's gonna be a tragedy. I'ma have to put a couple slugs off in your noggin to stop you from hurting or harming somebody. So don't try me. A nuclear war is on the horizon, and the fact that you distracted, you gonna be blindsided. Listen, get your house in order. Take some time to sit in silence. Open up your spiritual ears so the most I can give you some guidance. The apocalypse is here and you need to know how to survive it. This is gonna be so chaotic. I'm seeing so many dying. Wherever you at in this earth, may the most I be with you. I pray every day he covers all you brothers and sisters. It's about to get real, so keep me in y'all prayers. Peace, love, and light. Y'all keep up the good fight. I'm gone. Look, everybody talking, everybody breaking. They got the feds coming to your home on the broad day with a scheme in the red, beaming everybody face with your pillow, with you let the ego spread. Come to my place, they'll be saying that we gon' need back up, they say on delay. Listen to people, it's crazy. His wife and his kids, they all start with the K. We past the season to chill, we close to the season to kill. Big true, get off that emotional tears. You gotta survive to live. Say this, I got the best, I gotta protect every soul in my nest. It is what it is. I'm saying this all on my chest. I'm sick of these demons for real. Trying to come and take a vaccine. Laced with the RFID. The nigga that hold the kill gates. That fool gon' be going through widows for real. These enemies gotta be kidding me. They ain't no friend of me. Enemy. Claim to have remedies. Trickery. You can't admit it, but you gon' be history. It's time to make about to sleep. You. It's time to make a way easy. Head back to the land where we came from. They say that the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. And I'm definitely proof. Black is the branch that was holding the noose. Black is the chains that carry you loose. I'm black as these times we living in too. They got a plan and they on pursuit. Black woman and man, they coming for you. So the question I'm asking is simple. What you gonna do when it happens to you? Cause I be damned if I'm on the ground and they got their knee on my neck on the news, nigga.